All right. Here we are. We're recording now. You good? All
Yeah,
right. So who all do we got in here right now? I got a whole bunch of people in the picture. Why don't you guys maybe introduce yourselves?
I'm Junior. I do vocals.
And I'm Matt, the guitar player.
Yo, Rudy play bass.
Well, Chino on the drums.
There you go. Is that it? Nobody else in the back? No, we're good.
Yeah.
So who have I been talking to online? Is somebody running that account? Is it one of you guys?
Yeah, you were talking to me.
Okay, he's the one who called me potato chip.
Yeah.
He's a don't trip potato chip. Yeah, man. I was starting to get nervous because like I said, my son had the fucking computer and I had no idea. And I came down to set all my shit up. I'm like, I can't do this without a computer. Like I just told this guy, I was just bitching about people like backing out last second to him. I was like, man, I was like, you wouldn't believe how many people fucking back out last second and shit. I was like, I'm about to hold this up a little bit. I appreciate you fucking hanging out, man.
Oh, good, man.
Oh, yeah.
Shit, we know how it is with the kids. Shit, we had a birthday party yesterday.
Oh.
We're feeling
Everybody's healing up right now.
we're feeling the effect.
yeah, man. And the whole time difference too. I'm glad you guys were able to work it out to where we can get together considering the time's a little fucked up.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, we usually practice on a Sunday at this time anyway, so it's not that bad.
Yeah. So Count Time has been around like quite a while now, right? At least what, like 2005, 6 or 7 or something like that. How long you guys been around?
We started in 2003, so this year is 20 years for us.
Holy shit, that's a big deal, man. That's a
Yeah.
big deal, man. So congrats on that. And it's all original members I see right now, or
Um,
there's some
Other
change ups.
members, original members, they ended up leaving. Well, one original member ended up leaving to another band, but basically, original members like me, the drummer, and the bass player.
Yeah, I'm the new.
Yeah, we have a new East Coaster. You know what I mean?
And East Coast. Hey man, as long as you can riff, man, it's all good.
Yeah.
So shit. I mean, you guys are about to be at the BNB Bowl, which is kind of a big deal. That's how this whole thing got started. Somebody from that HOODCORE for Instagram shared it. I seen it, and that's how this all came about. I was looking forward to see you guys, man.
Yeah. I mean, we played. I think what 2018, no, 18 or 19. I can't remember. We played. Was it 18?
Yeah.
We played with Judge and Agnostic, and then we got invited back to play with MOP and Scarhead.
Mhm.
So for 20 years, I mean, we had to do something. So we're doing a big one in LA. We were gonna do Europe, but a couple of dates fell out at Europe, and the tickets are like really fucking crazy right now. So we're gonna do New York City, and we're gonna do LA for 20 years, and then just go back to business, write a new record. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Back to business. Got to keep it going.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's impressive, man. Like I'm not in a band or anything, but 20 years, just like anybody who can stay in the scene for fucking 20 years, that's crazy. But to have a band together for fucking 20 years, a lot of these bands don't make 5, 6, 7 years. That's what it seems anyway. So
Been in the band longer than I've been married with women. You know what I mean?
yeah, everyone falls out. I get it. So let me see what I got for you guys. You guys, so you represent yourself as hoodcore in a way. How would you separate yourselves from like hardcore compared to what you guys do? I know you got like the hip hop vibe and I don't want to say it wrong. You got like um Cholo or Chicano aspect to it. I don't know. I don't. I'm a little misinformed. I don't know what you would say there.
It's just
Punk rock. Fuck it.
like New York has NYHC, right? We have LAHC, but hardcore, it's the same to us because we ghetto kids from the hood, man. Like we didn't have stages to play. We had your backyard. You know what I mean? You're gonna trip over someone's fucking moped or whatever the fuck is in the back, you know? So that was our stage. That was our venue, the backyards. That's what we named it, LA Hoodcore, because there's a lot of bands that just come out of the block that you're never gonna hear about, but they don't have the equipment, let alone the fucking like the hookups or the connections to do anything else. So we just decided, fuck it, instead of saying hardcore, it's hoodcore, and because that's basically where it came from. You know what I mean? Like back in here, anyway. I mean, over there in New York, it's different, but
And I guess the way you would say we separate ourselves is the way like hip hop, they're talking about everything that in their life. Like That's what he does. He's rhyming, and his lyrics all about what's going on in his life, not like there's no fakeness.
I mean, I get tired of the same old fucking hardcore lyrics, man. You know what I mean? Like I've heard it fucking too many times. Your brother this, and if you fuck with my family, I'll kill you. Motherfucker, you ain't gonna do shit. You know what I mean?
Most won't. You're right.
Come to one of our shows. You know what I mean? Like, come to one of our shows. People get fucking hurt right there. You know what I mean? It's not because we want it. We don't want nobody to get hurt. But hey, whatever the fuck is going on out there has nothing to do with us. But sometimes, you know, shit happens. Shit happens. You know what I mean?
Knocking on doors. You get what you get.
But like, yeah, you know, you got a bunch of fools that be singing about trying to be all hard and shit. I mean, like, man, you want to be all hard? Give me the keys to your fucking house. You know, I'll give you my keys. You can have I can have yours. You know what I mean? Like, why you gotta act like that? Dog, think about what it is you're going through. If you have a good life, think about that. You know, if you have a rough life, think about it. I mean, I just think about what I see, what I grew up, and what we do. And for us, that's just reality. I mean, and that's what we do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how else to say it. I mean, a lot of people don't understand what we're doing, but it's like we don't give a fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You know, we do it for ourselves because I mean, nobody ever wanted to give us a chance to play. I mean, our bass player, he's a guitarist for Union 13. They broke ground in like early 90s, like the mid 90s or something. They got on Epitaph Records.
Okay. What band did you say again? I missed that.
Union 13.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's cool. Like, I know you guys are from like a certain neighborhood in LA. Like, how did you guys like fit in with like that whole like culture? Like, I know there's a lot of gang culture and shit like that compared to like punk rock. Did it mesh together well, or was it like separated?
Well, I mean, sometimes it meshes well, and sometimes it didn't. I mean, in the early days, it wasn't that easy because cholos don't want to fuck around with a dude with purple hair, green hair, you know. But when it's your brother or your cousin, well, they see you every day, so they get used to it. You know what I mean? They're at the show too because they got nowhere else to fucking go sometimes. So they'd be right there kicking it, or like maybe in a band. I mean, being Mexican, I mean, you just have to like lose your hair and you look like a cholo. You know, that's what people fucking think anyway. I mean,
yes, I don't know, a little like in my culture, so I can't answer any of the questions that I would have. Like I just see it, like yeah, I'm near Detroit. Like I'm like a mile like out of Detroit, but I'm near Southwest Detroit. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's a pretty big Hispanic population. Like a lot of some Mexican restaurants and there's neighborhoods, a lot of Mexicans. Then you get on the other side of like that little area, and there's a lot of black folks and shit like that. But it's cool because I had a lot of friends who had come from Southwest Detroit into my city, into Lincoln Park. So I'd go over at their house, and their mom would be making, fucking a menudo or whatever type of frijoles and shit like that. So I was always like interested, like hanging out, like I'm going over there for a birthday party. It's about to be fucking awesome, fajitas and shit. Yeah. Yes. So how long have you been going to shows, man? Like you look like you've been around a while. I don't know.
I mean, fuck. A long time, man. I mean, it started off like when I was a kid, like skateboarding, whatever, and you go to backyard gigs or wherever, warehouse, wherever, shows are at, and it just goes from there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We were probably like, I was like, I don't know, like 13, 14. I'll be 48 this year,
Okay. So is that like early 90s or something? I don't know.
Like late 80s, late 80s, like go see like PIL, like Public Image Limited and things like that. And then not knowing that hardcore, straight edge, whatever is like what it was called. I mean, I was listening to Gorilla Biscuit before I even knew who the fuck they were, you know what I mean? Or what was a Gorilla Biscuit, you know what I mean? Listening to Instead. I didn't know they were straight edge, you know what I mean? I just thought it was like some dope ass punk, you know what I mean? And then getting other bands, and I'm like, I didn't know they were straight edge. Like Minor Threat, I didn't understand. Don't drink, don't smoke, whatever. I was like, because where we come from, I mean, it's like
I don't understand it either. Still to this day, no.
That you don't want to be straight edge, but there was no straight edge in East LA, And if there was, well, I didn't hang out with them. I mean, I didn't know them. There was maybe like one or two straight edge bands I do remember. Yeah, there was like maybe one or two straight edge bands that I knew, but other than that, it wasn't really popular like in the hood, you know what I mean? I mean, not that everyone was like dying to get high, but we didn't know anybody like that, you know what I mean? We knew skaters, we knew potheads, we knew cholos, and that's who we hung out with.
Yeah, man, I feel that.
Hardcore was not it wasn't like part of East LA at one point. I mean, it was just punk rock, and you would have to go like the Valley for hardcore, like Orange County, and we got tired of that shit, man. Like we go to your hood, why don't you come to ours? You know what I'm saying? So that's why we said, fuck it, we'll bring the hood to the stage, and that's what we've been doing.
I love it, man. Yeah, I heard about you guys quite a few years ago. I couldn't like pinpoint when, but there's a hit and miss sometimes. But then I see you guys run that what the fucking that persistence tour. You guys were on that, right? With like Wisdom and Chains and shit like that.
Yeah.
In Europe, how'd you guys end up on that? Like who sends you guys like an offer? Like, hey, let's go to Europe for fucking 2 weeks on this badass tour. How does that? Man, that's a wild tour to be invited onto.
We recorded our last album with Billy from Biohazard. So as we were doing the rec, like I think we were in the middle of it or something, and we got a call like in Christmas that one of the bands like dropped, and if we were like we added to the Persistence tour with AF and GB and all them, and we said, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." You know what I mean? And we had like 1 week to fucking get our tickets and our passports, but we weren't gonna tell MAD that because then they would have just said like, no, you have to go through all kinds of shit. So yeah, we did, and me and the drummer had to prove that we were American citizens.
Yeah.
to the embassy.
Holy shit.
Everybody got their passport, and they didn't believe that we were Mexican, like American, because we look like wetbacks, homie. That's what we are.
Jesus Christ.
And they make me and this motherfucker go get our yearbook from because they didn't believe that we were in this country that long. I was like, hey, you know what I mean? Like, and yeah. And our flight was like the same day that we had to leave, and we got our passports. They stamped it, and we made it late to Poland, whatever. But we got a day in early before Gorilla Biscuits, and we ended up doing the whole tour with them. And the only thing I can say about that is like, yo, man, dreams do come true only if people can believe in what it is you're doing. You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah,
we're living.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But from fucking the neighborhood, and we fucking did it. You know what I mean?
Man, that's crazy. Yeah, to go from the neighborhood all the way out to Europe to do a tour with some of the greatest hardcore bands of all time to ever do it. That's and especially to have like a week to prepare. Like you had no idea that phone call was gonna come, and that's fucking like what do you do? You got kids, got jobs, you have like shit to do, and you got to get that all squared away in 1 week, man. But you make it.
Right with Billy, it was just like late night sessions and shit because he likes to work late. You know what I mean? And it was kind of hard because just like you, we all have kids. You know what I mean? And so it's like hard to like leave in the nighttime. Ladies are a bitch or something. You know what I mean? So, or if you got to work at like 6 in the morning, 3 in the morning, it's like, yo, man. And they were like really like long sessions. And then when that came up, I was like, yo, you guys want to go to Europe? And it wasn't even a question because we were like, that was what we were leaning towards. But when we got on it, it's nothing we expect. I mean, shit, I never been on a double-decker bus. You know what I mean? I've been on a double bus. It looks like an accordion, but that's in LA.
The city bus been there. Yeah.
What do we call it? Euro trip with all the skinheads and the soccer heads in? Yeah. So, we had our own bunks and we had our own caterer. And, it was a trip, I mean, like after a while, you're touring with these guys. We know them, over the years, playing different shows, but like he'd be going with Pokey and like learning like drums, and I would go with like Mike from Street Dogs and like Civ and do vocal warming, like lessons, like doing like fa-la-las, like running up and down the hall. I mean, like they take their shit serious, man. And like a lot of things that they passed on to us, I mean, will live in our hearts forever. Because I mean, how many fucking days do you get to fucking sit there and shoot the shit with Civ from Gorilla Biscuits? You know what I mean?
Wild.
Yeah,
wild,
right.
Dude.
With John from fucking Wisdom. You know what I mean? Like. Roger, I mean, we've done a lot of, shows together, but to have him like actually like give us like his time and just sit there with us, it was just like, hey, I mean, I'm not gonna bullshit, I mean, I was like, that's Roger Moret. He may be my brother, that's Roger, dog.
That's crazy, man. I'd be like starstruck. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with these dudes on the posters on my wall, so right there, I mean, it just tripped me out. I mean, it's like when he met Roger, Roger almost ran us over in Arizona. You know what I mean? We were with Danny from Northside Kings, and then Roger pulls up and he almost runs over me and Rudy. And it's like,
that's funny as fuck.
You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's what almost ran you over. Yeah. Hey, I can actually say the same about fucking Roger. Actually, one time they were here last year with Sick of It All and Crown of Thorns. They came rolling through. And I think for whatever reason, Agnostic Front was a little late. And we were all like waiting outside the venue. Like they're about to open it. There's a line and shit. And we're standing out there. And here comes this white fucking van. Flies right up on the curb. And fucking, and Roger's driving. And Vinny's in the front. He's like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" They flew the fuck up right up on the curb and unload their shit real quick. But I was like, there they are. They're fucking rolling in a fucking tour van like it's 1988. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just crazy to see such like an influential and huge band just in a van doing it how they used to back in the day. It's like let's keep it real. But then you go. And then you go to Europe, though. We got a double decker, fucking first class bus.
They told us like this. They're like, yo, this is some rock star shit right here. Like this doesn't happen. You know, we tour in a van, and we're like our first, trip to Europe, double decker bus. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that at all.
Yeah.
Like even Stigma was like, this shit doesn't happen. This is like some Metallica shit. I'm like, yeah. Well, I mean, our bus driver was the roadie from Motorhead, right?
Yeah, Motorhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn. Don't you guys cover Motorhead? Don't you guys do Ace of Spades too?
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck.
That record is another thing. Is like, we got asked to be on that record, and like, Street Dogs is on there, and Brick by Brick, and a lot of our friends are on there. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking at, the lineup, and I'm like, who's gonna do Ace of Spades? Don't tell me these motherfuckers expect us to do it. You know what I mean? Like that's a big song. Everybody's gonna fucking want it. If you fuck it up, you fuck it up. You know what I mean? So we went into fucking the studio and we put our heads together. And I'm like, if we're gonna do it, let's do it our style, homie. So it came out all right, and we got blessed by Tara loved it, and a couple other big bands, and we're like, well, I guess we didn't fuck it up. You know what I mean?
Nah, man, it's real good. I love it. I listen to it all the time. Like, I didn't know you guys did it. And when did that come out? How long would that come out?
When did that come out?
Like before the 2018.
Yeah, like maybe like 2018. Maybe?
Okay, yeah, I know it's been a couple of years since I heard it because I think I actually seen it. You guys did like after New York had that big like comeback show at Tompkins Square Park, did you guys do like a backyard show or something like that? Like with like Section Hate, were you guys on that same show? It was like an outdoor, like a backyard show.
That was in my neighborhood. That was like when the pandemic hit.
Yeah, it was like kind of during the pandemic. Like people weren't really excited about it happening.
It was like literally down the street from my house.
Yeah,
and we just all went to hang out, and nobody expected what was going to happen, But I remember we didn't know. I mean, Rudy went to go get beer, and then it took him like forever to come back because like the cops raided it and all kinds of stuff. Before we knew it, it was just like us hanging out with a couple of skinheads that we know and like a couple of taggers, and then I turned around, it was just like 4,000 people. You know what I mean?
Fucking that shit was impressive because I thought I went
to the stadium, and then like a week later we had one planned again, and we played it with a couple other bands. And the owner of the house usually like stops it, but there was a drive-by. So they came up to the house and they said, yo, man, like with everything that's going down, on the street, keep the music so there's no panic. So we're like, well, fuck it then. And we didn't expect how it was going to be. I mean, that's how we met him. Because he was in the audience when we were playing.
Yeah.
And it was a trip. They built a stage and we were like, a stage in the backyard? Like we never experienced that before. You know what I mean? So It was cool. It turned out it was like maybe like 1,200 people. That was good. It's someone's house,
in the backyard.
That was cool. And that shit fizzled out real quick because you can only do that for so long before like the cops start fucking like shut them down. But we've been doing that forever. That's how HOODCORE was born. Backyard gigs. If you can't pay your phone bill or child support, you would get a hold of us and we would play your show and raise money and you would kick us out. You know what I mean? And that was that.
That's fucking awesome, man. Hell, that's a way to do it, man. That's some OG DIY shit, I wish that would happen. I wish that would happen here, but like in like in my neighborhood, I'm like a boring ass for white suburban neighborhood. The cops would get called. People start walking down the street. They'd be like, too many people in the neighborhood already. It ain't gonna happen over here.
Like it would go. I mean, like when our bass player's band plays your backyard, like it would be mayhem. You know what I mean? There were like so many people, even though they were like signing epitaph, they would still draw in the backyard like it was like a fucking stadium. You know what I mean? Where it's like sometimes you have a hit or miss. I mean, and sometimes you have a great show where the cop doesn't rate it.
Yeah.
But you can only play the backyard for so long because you don't want your equipment all fucking thrashed there.
Yeah. Yeah, when I seen that shit happen, like I said, I went to that New York one because I'm in Detroit. Then they did the one at Tompkins Square Park with whoever the fuck Wisdom and Chains and Madball and Murphy's Law. I was like, I gotta go to this. Like, it's like so they're bringing hardcore back, and then like a couple weeks later, I seen all the footage of the shit in LA. I was like, man, shooting fireworks at that fucking helicopter. That was the best thing I ever seen in my life, man.
That's the thing. I mean, like, there's a lot of times like, bands would come through when we were younger and we would want to get on that bill, but whoever's starting the show wouldn't want to put you on there because they already have their mindset of who they want to play. So we were like, yo, man, fuck that. We've been through that too many times and we know how the drill is. So we started our own shit and we said, fuck that. We'll book anybody. You guys want to fuck with us, we'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And we'll book it. And we'll pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You start your own party sometimes. Fuck it. I'm never invited either. I start my own party all the time.
It was just a beautiful concept, like a good collective, and we just started putting out shirts, records, booking shows, fucking hanging out, man. I guess it turned into a fucking like a label. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have a good time doing it, so I ain't tripping.
You guys got any other bands in the area that are similar to you guys? Anything else on the hoodcore, label, if you would?
No.
What was that?
I said, is there any other bands in the area like you guys that you'd consider hoodcore, or is it like just you guys?
This Rudy's other band, End Days.
Good band from Southeast Los Angeles called End Days, for sure. That's one.
Well, we got Racial Profile. Which is like a super group of a bunch of bands.
Slipknot of hardcore.
The Slipknot of hardcore.
Yeah. Who else would there be? Hello, Creepers. Right?
Those Creepers.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we're trying to build some. We're trying to build some new stuff with new bands that are coming up. So we've been talking about maybe producing some albums of some of the new younger artists that are coming out. So we still have yet to work the deals out, but that's in the future as well.
That's awesome. And so you're from LA, the one New York hat. You're from, East Coast. I meant to say you're from the East Coast, but from New York.
Yeah, Long Island.
Okay. Oh shit. LAHC. Yeah. Did you move out there just recently, or?
I moved out here about like 8 years ago, and then I used to play in hardcore bands back in New York, like in 02 to like 07. And then I stopped the scene for a long time. And then I put an ad out looking for a drummer and a bass player to start jamming to hardcore with. And then Junior hit me up and was like, hey, I'm not a drummer, but our guitar players just quit. Could you want to come try out? And that's kind of how I met them. So,
damn, well, that's cool. Hey, man, you met the right fucking guys. You're in a cool ass band, lots of experience. People that for work hard and do it for a long time. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there any bands anybody would know that I used to be in back in New York, or is it just some older?
Some older local bands. There was a band called Idala that I was in. We toured. We released like an album. We toured the East Coast a couple times, but yeah, we never really blew up. It was back in the MySpace days, but
okay.
We got some pretty cool shows during that time. But yeah, I actually produce music for a living, so I'm usually working with all different genres, and it can be tiring working doing all this pop music at times. So So now it's back to my roots, right into these guys, new hardcore record.
Fuck yeah, I like it, man. You guys fuck with that band? I know the other band from Los Angeles. I think it's Des Madre. You guys fuck with them too, or do you know who that band is?
Yeah, yeah. They're
Yeah, you know them. They're blowing up right now.
Yeah, they used to be a band called Frostbite, and like late 2000s, and they changed over to Des Madre, and and they're hitting hard. So with the punk scene as well, backyard scene too. So yeah, shout out to them.
Yeah, yeah. There's not many bands like you guys, so the handful that I know anyway. That's I mean, it's an interesting fucking scene you guys got, man. It's its own different like hardcore culture, but it's all obviously mixed in with the same shit. But it's cool to see, especially that band. I seen them back in Chicago with MH Chaos, man. They put on a hell of a set. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Those dudes were like, after the show, they were like fucking boxing in the alley and shit, like bare knuckle boxing. Like, that's fucking crazy, man. Like, it's like called fun beating the shit out of each other. I like it.
Friendly sport, man.
Yeah, hey, yeah, man. Everybody's willing participant, and it's all good, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what's that guy? Yo, man, I like the head tattoos on the guy with the bass. I like those.
Thank you, man. How are you?
What's your name with the bass?
Rudy.
Rudy.
Yeah. What's up,
Yeah.
man?
Good to meet you over the internet.
He's also the one in Union 13.
Oh, okay. Fuck, man. What year did that band come out? Union 13. What a long time ago.
Let's see, the band started like in '93 and got signed to Epitaph in like '97.
Damn, man. That's quite an era, like back then. I remember that. That's probably back when like the Offspring ended up on Epitaph and shit too.
Around that time, yeah.
Exactly. And like for no effects and shit, like all in that same time.
A White Trash album, I think it was. White Trash.
Two Heaves and a Bean.
Yeah.
And a bean. That's fucked up.
Went to that show at the Roxy back then. It was about like 93 or 94 around there, something like that. I took the bus. I went alone and shit.
Damn, the Roxy. That's crazy because like I never really think about like LA, like the LA scene. We have all those fucking clubs. Like what's the one that's down on? Oh, the Whiskey is what I'm thinking of, right? Was you guys ever do any shows there, or is that more like a bigger place? Whiskey to go.
Whiskey, yeah, we played there.
Roxy,
Troubadour, the Key Club,
Meeting Factory,
Okay. Yeah, goddamn, it's all coming back too. Like at one point, obviously Terror. You guys probably must have gone to all the Terror shows when they were, well, they're all over the place, but
yeah.
Yeah, you going outside?
Thumbs up.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about Terror. We don't play many shows at them, but
no, okay, just
they're kind of like the worldwide
hardcore.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It's like there's levels to it. Yeah,
Terror, of course, Donnybrook,
Donnybrook is
great band.
Yeah,
they still a band. They're pretty dope.
Yeah,
I've seen them once.
Yeah, man. I wish they would do more shows. I know that's kind of like a side project for whatever the Homie and Terror is, but I like them.
Yeah, Martine.
Yeah, Martine. Yeah, it's like fuck.
Yeah.
So shit, man. You guys are coming out to New York next week. Obviously, we talked about the whole BNB thing. When you guys coming out? Just coming out like early Friday or a couple of days ahead of time?
Flying out Thursday night, so I'll be there Friday morning.
Yeah.
And we play Friday.
We'll be there all weekend.
Yeah, we'll be there all weekend, come back Sunday.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild because I'm coming in for Friday morning. I'll be out there too.
You're coming? Oh, sick.
Oh yeah. I'm coming, man. I can't miss Bulldoze. I missed that FYA shit. I never seen them before, and who knows how long they'll be doing shows for. Like, I think this is just like it's like wrapping up the Bulldoze thing. I don't know. It just seems like it's not gonna last very much longer. Them doing these shows and shit, and I really like them, and I just
Yeah,
never got a chance to see them, and fuck, now's my chance, you know.
yeah. I'm pumped to see Pain and Truth, Long Island Hardcore represent.
There you go. Yeah, they've been fucking blowing the fuck up, man.
Yeah,
It's crazy to see it happen. Like they're like a pandemic band, you know, like, and then I don't know how they hit so hard, just because maybe all the members past projects are kind of like aren't a popular dudes, so they were just able to
yeah,
skyrocket real quick.
yeah. They're gonna be dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole line, both the nights are good lineups. So
Yeah,
you
yo,
know, yeah, this naysayer, you know,
you naysayers, fucking yo, I'm excited for them, and
yeah,
obviously, fucking Death Threat are like my two favorites. I'm really looking for, and Bulldoze. But I'm talking about the second night.
yeah. Second night, Bulldoze for sure. First night.
And we got what the after parties too. We got the homie, one of our guys. He does hip hop, Jimmy Two Step. He's gonna be rocking out with Danny Diablo, so that'll be cool.
I did
Yeah.
see that. That's just a few minutes from my I'm staying at Airbnb. It's like 0.3 miles away. I was like, it's too far. I won't go, but it's real close. I'm gonna have to check it out for sure. Goes till 4 a.m. though. That's shit. That's hard.
Yeah, that's the New York time.
That's
man.
rough, man.
Before.
I'm gonna show up, have a drink, and go home. Fuck that. But yeah. So I don't know much about the after party, but it seems like it's more like it's like DJ and like hip hop sets and shit like that.
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah. But shit should be good. Something to do after.
Yeah. And then that whole time thing's gonna fuck you guys up. You're going, it's like you're going, you're skipping ahead 3 hours, man. That's always the hardest shit.
yeah, that's hard, man. Going from east to west is pretty easy, but yeah, that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
I think we're all. Oh, you guys are taking the red eye, so
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god, you're gonna leave what they're at 10, show up in fucking New York at like 6 a.m.
yeah. And it's his birthday Friday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just he gets to play on his birthday.
Yeah.
So.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
And you guys are like second or third on the bill. You're playing pretty early, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still not sure yet. We're still waiting to hear what the set times are.
Okay, well, just I see it lower on the flyer, so I just assume it would go.
I think we're in the first 4 bands. I'm just not sure which order it is. So
Yeah, you bet something like that though. It's always like if I was in a band, I'd be a little more like happier just to get it out of the way so I can enjoy the rest of the night. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
just get it out of the way.
Shows where we go on. We play this club out here called the Slipper Clutch. It's a really dope venue. And it's all free shows every time. And we usually with the doors aren't until 9. The first band goes on at 10, and we play on like midnight. Man, that shit sucks. Yeah, because you want to have a couple of beers, but it's like man, keep your cool till you can play.
And these are Sunday nights.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday nights too.
So you catch us at work all hungover. Like we'll be back from New York. I'm sure the plane ride back, we're gonna be fucking beat.
God, fuck. Man, you go back to work Monday like nothing happened. That shit sucks.
Well, I'm pumped to get my pizza fix on.
Yeah, me too.
Yo, let me ask you. Yeah, it's a good thing, man. You're an old New Yorker. I'm somewhere in Brooklyn. Do you have any good suggestions? Anything that you'd go back to? That like
so the best pizza in New York you're not going to get that in the city. You're either going to get it in Long Island, Queens, Brooklyn, or Jersey, even like Jersey City. So I mean, any of those spots are really good. But yeah, I think it's in Williamsburg is the Brooklyn Monarch. It's like right next to it. There's like a ton of dope spots over there. There used to be a place called Beer Garden. There's like this big German beer garden, and the place is awesome. Really good bratwurst and everything. But yeah, if you want pizza, man, just find any hole in the wall pizza spot. I'm sure it'd be amazing.
Hell yeah, yeah. I went to New York last year. There was like it was a Streets of Hate, Days Records, and a Triple B showcase. Like all those like big. It was like Tsunami, Pain of Truth, Never Ending Game. All those bands played there, and I went out. and I had like a list of like these pizza places that I had to hit, and like, man, they were all so good. They're all like they all call it like New York style, but they all taste like they have their own flavor too. But it's like, man, you just can't get enough pizza. It's everywhere, pizza everywhere. They got 99-cent slices everywhere, which is okay. But I don't give a fuck about a price. But like 99-cent slice, I had to try it. Like, let me get the bottom of the barrel pizza, and it's still good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So you've been going to New York. You've gone to a ton of times, like a ton of shows out there.
I've been twice. I went to that one Madball one at the park, back in
Cool.
2021, and then I went last year. That's it.
I was wondering if you ever been to CB's.
No, dude, I wish that was. It was like, I think they were wrapping up their last shows when I started going to shows. Like it was like I started going like 03, 04. I was like getting into like punk and shit. So
Yeah.
so I think their last
I think
06, 07, I don't remember.
Yeah, it was like 07. Yeah. Yeah. I went to one of a couple of the last shows there. It was sad, man. That place was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. Now it's some stupid like it's like a fashion designer store, something weird now. The fuck? Why would they do that?
Barbados, yeah.
That's bullshit. It should still
Yeah.
be there. It's a fucking punk rock landmark. It should still be a club, in my opinion. But
Got my first boot to the nose at that show.
yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah.
But what show or who was it that played? Do you remember when you went there?
Dude, it was actually it was like I think it was Hatebreed and like Agnostic Front or something like that.
Damn, see Hatebreed.
And this is when like Hatebreed was like really big, like they were playing Ozfest and everything. But like the last 3 or 4 months, just had all the biggest bands playing CBs before they shut down. So,
God damn, yeah, it's a shame. Like, yeah, I know. I think Cold as Life. Obviously, I know who that is. I'm sure. Cold as Life. They played at CBGB's on the Madball Set It Off album release show. I seen a flyer for that the other day. I almost fell over. Like, holy shit! It was Crown of Thorns and Bulldoze and Madball and Cold as Life. Like, unbelievable.
yeah,
Unbelievable. Fuck, you guys gonna come out see Cold as Life do their comeback show in Detroit? Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah.
oh, they are.
Yeah. With Jeff on vocals, it's gonna be. They're doing the whole thing. Death Threats playing. Integrity. I don't really care for them, but a lot of people like them.
Integrity's cool.
I mean, a lot of people like it. I mean, like a little too metal for me, but I forgot who else is playing. I can't even think of it. But Terror is playing. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. It's at like a 2,500 cap room. Like it's gonna be supposed to be big anyway. I don't know, but I mean, with hometown band coming back, like they were already broke up before I started going to shows, and I seen like a weird like alternate version with like a different singer. I was like, yeah, those are Cold as Life songs.
Yeah, but it's not Cold as Life. It's
not Cold as Life. That's how I felt. Like, it was cool to see the songs live, and so I was happy at the time. But I'm even more pumped to see them. I never seen them.
Yeah, that's dope.
And
how's the scene in Detroit? Like, is there a lot of local bands or?
Yeah, it's really coming back since like the pandemic. Like, there was a lot of shit going on all the time, but so after the pandemic, I guess during it, a lot of people had a lot of time to write and start like doing like bands and shit. So there's a good scene right now. As you guys know, it seems like the good times don't last forever. Like it'll thrive for a while, and I thought by now for sure that it would already have like died back down, but it's
thriving right now, and you have bands like Turnstile and Scowl playing Coachella, and what's Turnstile opens up for Blink-182. So I mean, I think hardcore is going to start getting a little bit more in mainstream. That's just my thoughts, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Even like the band Tsunami, they're like fucking enormous right now, and Mind Force and Gridiron and all those bands, they're really like a weird level that you don't normally see. Like there's a shit ton of bands. They're doing well, and they're like fucking well known, and like they're being like sponsored by like Pabst Blue Ribbon and shit, like all these tours and stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe they got like there's like a hardcore kid that works for like Pabst Blue Ribbon or something. I don't know, but it's crazy to see it happening.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of this nostalgia with bands coming back, like that Furnace Fest that's been going on, where all these bands that they've been broken up for like, 10 years, 15 years, they're coming back, and now the young kids are starting to get into it and start their own shit. And so I think there's kind of seems to be a resurgence right now.
It's a good thing, man. You can't be mad at that with a lot of people getting into it and finding the culture and somewhere they feel they might fit in rather than in that stupid fucked up society that we all have to go deal with every day. I hate that shit. It's like I don't even like to go to the store and like go grocery shopping. You're looking at all these people like fucking hate all of you. Society's the worst, man. How's let me ask this. I don't mean I wrote a bunch of shit down, but so I know Count Time fucks with like with Danny Diablo and shit. Like, how'd you guys get connected with him? Like, because I know there's always been like is it when he was out in LA? Because I know he stayed out there for a while. Is that when you guys like became like boys? I thought there was some sort of more connection rather than just like just being like hardcore bands.
Danny's our brother. Madball, the list goes on. We're from Doc Martin Stomp.
Okay.
So well, that's a big,
Yeah, the crew. Yeah. Okay.
So but at the same time, he loves us just in general. So
everybody loves Danny though. He's a fucking he's
brother,
amazing, man. Yeah, because I know he stayed out in LA for a while, like I don't know what years, but I thought he had stayed out there.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
He was out for you guys.
Yeah, he was out here for a while. But he's back and forth, but he's still doing his thing. So
yeah.
Much love to our brother Danny,
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get him on the podcast eventually.
Yeah, oh yeah. His podcast is amazing,
Yeah, he's wild as fuck. I mean, he's such a character, I don't know him personally, but I've seen him a couple times when he came through with Scarhead and then Crown of Thorns last year, and like he's the best. I wish he was my friend. Like he just seems so fun to be around, man. He's fucking wild, man.
It's always good times with him, good laughs with him. He does his hip hop stuff too, so he tours with that too. So he's very versatile, but I mean, good guy for sure.
Yeah. So I know you guys got like a few records out. You guys got anything in the plans for anything to release soon? You guys in the studio? You just jamming, or you guys working on putting some shit out?
We demoed about 4 songs in October. We've been working on those. We're gonna probably record them. But yeah, we're working on a whole new album. So it's just when we have time to get into the studio. We're just at a rehearsal studio right now. Okay. But yeah, it's in the works. So
nice. Fuck.
When the COUNTIME album is what it's going to be.
Yeah. What's that?
It's going to be 20 years of COUNTIME, so that's why it's important for us to put this record out this year.
Hell so yeah.
At least gets recorded this year.
20 songs for 20 years,
20 songs.
Oh man, songs. Man. Oh shit.
That's the plan.
But yeah, we're spending time trying to try new things out with our sound. Just kind of progress and release something that's dope. So we're spending a little more time on it, but it's gonna be good.
It's okay. Yeah. I mean, after all this time, like for 20 years, like you might think you've found your sound, but it seems a lot of bands can, it doesn't matter how long they've been around, they can go in any direction at any time, which is cool. When you evolve, it's always good, especially if you're happy with it. Some people they'll put out some shit out of left field. They're like, that was a mistake.
Oh no, trust me, this is not an experimental album.
Yeah.
I'm just saying because I'm the new guitar player, so the everything before me was written by the other guitarists. So obviously everybody writes differently, so that's why it's gonna sound a little bit different.
Yeah. Fuck, how long you been playing guitar for? Long time.
I don't even know. Probably 20 years.
Damn.
So
Fuck. Yeah.
yeah. And I produce a lot of artists, so producing artists, I spent a lot of time in the actual songwriting process, like having structure and stuff. So I'm trying to bring that in to count time, and so we can just have hooks everywhere, choruses everywhere. I just want this album to be a big sing along at shows. So that's what we're shooting for.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, man, I gotta get that shit out there. I'm excited. So in some of the videos, like this might sound it's like a dumb question. It looks like there's like two singers. Do you guys got two singers, or is it just one right now?
Primarily it's one.
Okay.
We do got a couple of different ones. I mean, maybe you've seen racial profile videos. Like racial profile has like 3 singers.
Oh, maybe that what it was, because it falls all up in the same YouTube shit.
3 or 4. I kind of forget. So,
yeah.
But yeah, mostly count time. We do our brother Javi from
Los
Creepers. He's another like original of the band, so he comes around. Our boy Jimmy Two Step, he helps out, backups and some of the newer stuff too. So it kind of varies, but the main singer is Junior. So
I love it. Yeah, man, you guys got a fucking great style. I love the hip hop vibes and the rhymes to it, man. There's nothing better in my opinion, and like just add that like street style to it. It just makes hardcore so much better sometimes, especially when it's like ignorant, ugly lyrics. I like it.
Yeah, it's primarily street shit. Like we don't just we listen to hardcore a lot, obviously, but our hip hop roots are very much in there. I mean, being from Los Angeles, is you can't deny that, So
hell yeah,
the whole DJ Quick, even go back Wu-Tang, East Coast stuff, like Biggie. Of course, at least for me, I speak for myself, but just up and down the chart. So
yeah,
for sure, you'll hear that a lot.
Do you guys? And do you guys have any like hip hop projects or anything, or is it all just hardcore shit?
We personally don't, but our brothers do. On outside of it, Catch Jimmy Two Step. That's one of our big ones right there. He's a hitter for sure. And then just the other projects too. Racial Profile. We like to combine a lot of stuff, but it's mostly like punk for sure.
We dropped like a little dub track in the middle of one of the songs.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Like for me, I listen to a lot of dub, reggae, shit like that. So Junior hit me up. He's like, hey, you should throw, in the middle right there, like drop some dub in that shit. I go, fuck yeah. So me and Chino got in the studio and me and him laid it out. And we had Chuck Treese help out on some vocals and do like some overdubbed guitars and that shit. So we're stoked on that. I was like, fuck yeah, because I skate too, and going back to that guy, it's just like, that's the boy right there.
Why wouldn't you,
Cover a Thrasher magazine, shit like that, so it was an honor to work with him, definitely.
That's great, man. That's great. Yeah. So, fuck, are you, Rudy?
Yeah, and I got the right t-shirt on right there. See that Dodgers?
I know, dude. I realized that, like, as I was sitting down, I looked at the camera. I was like, I got the Dodgers shirt on. I was like, oh shit, that was unintentional.
And they're playing today against the Padres.
Shit. That's crazy. Yeah. Look, I was like, oh shit, man, it's fitting for today.
Perfect.
Yeah. But so I'll ask you, Rudy. So how long you been going to shows for? If you were in a band in '93 on Epitaph around then, like '97 or whatever, how long you been going to shows? And what kind of bands were you listening to that got you into this shit?
Well, see, for me, it goes back from skateboarding. That's how everything started for me. I started skating since I could remember, dude, like 4 or 5 years old. There was a skateboard around. Then, say about 5th grade, that's when, oh shit, there's pro skateboards and shit like that. So I got more into that. Then I had a friend, he was maybe like 4 years older than me, and his whole family were like punk rockers, his sisters, little brothers, everybody. So he used to film us, and he started putting songs in there, you know, in the videos and shit, Minor Threat, and making his own little, you know, edits. And we're talking about 1986, 87, around there. So later, about, let's say, when I got into a junior high, I started tripping. I go, oh, I remember these songs. Oh, fuck, that's that. That's DRI. That's fucking Slayer. That's Minor Threat, Bad Brains, you know, all that kind of shit. And from there, that just, I go, I want to play in a fucking band. You know what I mean? So I was teeter-totting skating and fucking music and shit, doing the both. But then I made a decision. I was like, fuck this, man. I got to fucking, you know, music you can keep playing. Skating, you know, your bones are going to get old and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I decided, I chose to play music, and fuck, I've been doing it since, man, like I said, since 1990, shit like that. You know what I mean? My first gig I went to was like in 89, dude. I was like 12 years old or some shit like that, you know? Even younger, I remember, you know, a bunch of stoners, long hair fools and shit. I remember the pit broke out. I thought it was a fight. I got scared. I was like, dude, what's going on here? And I just got attracted to all that. And, you know, I never stopped. And here we are jamming with the boys and try to keep it going.
That's cool, man. That's a cool story. It's cool though. Like you take anybody to like a hardcore or like punk show, and like once the pit breaks out, everybody, you can kind of like, you know, I've taken a couple people that who necessarily wouldn't go to a hardcore show or like a punk show unless I'm like Doug's, and there's like, the fuck is this shit? Like they're a little nervous, but they're like, that was cool because you see everybody's having a good time, but sometimes it can get, you know, pretty wild and violent. They're like, like I wanted to jump in there, like hilarious to see your ass jump in there, and it's like anybody can feel the music if they're open minded to it. Like some people think it's all the same, like they say like kill yourself and like type music. It's not even like that at all. You know how people are. People have no idea. Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, like I took my sister to a hardcore show. See, Shattered Realm a couple years ago. She's never.
Oh shit.
she yeah, she never been to a hardcore show. And my brother-in-law, and I booked the show. They were just coming to support it or whatever. It was Shattered Realm and Sector from Chicago and a few other bands, and like, of course, it was absolutely insane. And my brother-in-law got knocked out in the pit, like just like.
I mean, I was gonna say that's a violent first
KO, K the fuck O'd. It's like the wrong place, wrong time type shit, but you know how it goes. Yeah, it was a violent ass show.
First hardcore show I ever played was my band. We opened for Shattered Realm and Ramallah in New York, like 05 or something like that. And that shit was nuts. That went off.
I think I remember that tour. Was Death Before Dishonor on that one too?
Death Before Dishonor, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one. That came through Detroit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, Jeff Gunnels from Cold as Life was playing guitar for Ramallah at the time, so he went on that tour with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was though. Really, at the time, like I was like, yeah, he's from Cold as Life, but I don't know because they were already broken up. I didn't know shit. You know, I was still new, kind of. So it's like,
yeah,
these are just scary ass old dudes. You know? Yeah. So I don't know, man. This is cool. You know, it's weird how we got hooked up into doing this. It was just like real quick. He's like, "Hey, yo, let's do a podcast." I'm like, that would be fucking awesome because I've always listened to Count Time since I found you guys, and you know, I haven't liked you better after you guys did that one pandemic show and shit. I was like, this is even fucking greater, you know, in the backyard and shit. And it's great to see. I don't know. I don't really know what else we can talk about. I want to talk about fun New York food. That's all I care about. I'm looking so forward to getting some fucking pizza. And there's this deli in Brooklyn that's real close to the venue. It's called Anthony and Sons Panini Shop. Did you ever hear about that place?
No, just get the bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll.
Is that yeah, it is about right. Yeah. Anthony. Yeah. What do we eat there? We ate fucking tofu. That tofu shit. I don't know. No, something good though. I like all the food out there.
Are you a musician yourself?
No. I mean, I've tried to play guitar here and there, but I just find myself like, I'll do it for like a few months. I have a guitar, but I'll do it for a few months and I'll put it down. I'll pick it back up. So I never really find like a steady myself doing anything steady, to be honest. I fuck off on everything I attempt to do, you know, but I like to, like, everything I've learned, like you know, I'm happy I was able to do what I could, but it's a lot of exercises and a lot of just so much to learn. With the time, I don't. I mean, I say I don't have the time, but they say like 15 minutes a day is all you need just to get, used to it and if I learn to play and shit. But no, I wish, dude. I wish I played more. Like, and you asking me, like, I'm gonna fucking slap myself for not playing it more.
Yeah, I mean, learning instruments. I mean, really, if I didn't do it when I was in like high school or before that, when I was just bored, just sitting in my room all day practicing guitar, I probably would never learned it later in life.
Yeah, it's hard to pick up new shit at once you're a little older, I guess. Like find new things to do. Nobody really wants to do that. Like you're good at what you're good at now. Like who wants to go through all that struggle again?
Yeah.
Sure. Shit. What time is it? 3:49. Yeah, we got started a little late, but we're coming up on an hour now, I think. Cool. I mean, I thank you guys for fucking doing this. I never thought it would have happened, honestly. Like I was like, I don't know. I've always listened to the band and I really like it. I'm looking forward to hear new shit. And even if, I know people know who you guys are, but there might be some people who don't listen to my podcast who might not be familiar with you guys. I was gonna ask, would you mind if I put like a song on the front of this, like download a song and add it like to the podcast before the conversation?
Yeah, of course. We can send you a couple and pick one that you want to use.
Yeah. Whatever you send me, or like tell me whatever you want me to use, I can download it and
cool.
I can throw it on the front. Is there anything else you guys would have to promote? I know you'll be at the BNB Bowl. You guys got any local shows coming up or anything after that, or any summertime?
HOODCORE Fest, August 11th and 12th in LA.
HOODCORE Fest.
Yeah, who's playing? We have Hoods, Union 13, Naked Aggression, Powerhouse,
OBHC. Yep.
Time Highs,
Red Awakening from Tijuana, the Creepers from Northeast LA,
Devotion
from Reno, Darasum from the Inland Empire, End Days from Southgate, our brothers.
Yes, sir.
Just a lot of people. It's all ages would be great. Come out and fucking gangbang with us.
Gangbang. Hell yeah. All right, look, man.
Everybody's a fucking hood rat one way or another.
Yes, you know what I mean? Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, man. If I see you guys in New York, I'm gonna come fucking introduce myself. Say what's up, man.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. Have a drink. You guys drink? You look like you drink. Somebody.
That's right.
We're hungover right now.
All right, never mind. Cool, hell yeah. But yeah, man, I'm gonna try to get this shit up probably by like Tuesday. So if you want to send me whatever the song or whatnot, and I'll throw it on there and I'll upload it and share the shit out of it, man. Hopefully get you guys some more people to listen and see you guys. That'd be great. I appreciate you once again. All of you guys getting together, man, in the camera. I like it, man. I'm happy you guys were all a part of it. Thank you.
I want to send a shout out to my baby boy, Legend Luciano. Happy 8th birthday.
Birthday legend.
Happy birthday, legend. Cool, man. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you so much again. I'm gonna let you guys get back to practicing. Spit that shit. All right.
All right, man. We'll see you in New York.
All right, cool, for sure. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.